Lujin is a true passionate of food. He tries the new dish his chef made and is totally enjoying it. His meeting, who has been waiting for him to finish his dish, finally talks and tells him how much he is wasting time. But Lujin lashes out on his hotel manager, asking if he thinks he is better than the chef. He immediately fires him on the spot. Minutes later, Lujin goes to his car and finds a girl by the name of Gu. She is scratching his car and writing "cheater." Lujin can't believe it and decides to take a video. Lujin then confronts her and Gu realizes she got the wrong car. She is so sorry. The next day, Gu goes to work. She is a cook. During the shift, the manager, which she has a relation with, decides to break up with her. The poor Gu is heartbroken. At this moment, Lujin goes to visit a hotel he is interested in buying. The staff starts behaving nicely and telling him how great their hotel is. But Lujin doesn't like it. The staff then decide to cook for him to convince him. So the manager comes to the kitchen and it's revealed this is where Gu works. The manager asks her to create something unique. 20 minutes later, the manager, all stressed, brings Gu meal to Lujin. Lujin tries and is in complete disbelief. He even cries as he finishes it. He then tells that he will only eat the food made by that cook. After it, everyone celebrates, but Gu is on the verge of crying as she witnesses the manager taking photos with girls. She starts drinking, trying to dwell her sorrows. It escalates as that same night, she is dancing on the roof of the hotel. It's now 3 a.m. Lujin, who can't sleep, is cooking in his room. He hears the loud noise and decides to go check. At his big surprise, it's Gu on the other side making all that noise. He believes she followed him. But the crazy girl then jumps on his balcony and starts crawling. Gu then continues in his room and passes out. Lujin is shocked. He decides to get her out of his room. So he fits her in a luggage bag and puts it in the elevator. Minutes later, the staff finds the suitcase and calls the police. After surveillance camera reviews, Lujin is sent to jail. At the police station, Lujin can't believe what's happening to him. The police officer then starts cooking some noodles for himself, but Lujin screams at him to stop. He then shows the police officer how to make perfect noodle. Once done, the police officer is shocked at how good it tastes. Moments later, Lujin is finally released from his cell. The next day, Gu is helping some kids to grab their toy stuck. She touches some bees that attacks them. They then continue their way to Lujin. Gu screams at him to run. But unfortunately, the bees all end up attacking Lujin. Gu comes to check on him. But Lujin gives her a watch. When she is within a certain perimeter of him, it will start ringing. Lujin realizes she is dangerous for him, and wants to be alerted whenever she is around. Days go by. And Gu keeps cooking Lujin's meals, and every time he is astonished. Meanwhile, the manager Cheng tries to get Gu back in his life. But Gu refuses and throws bread at him. She believes he wants her because she is now known. That same night, Gu makes more researches to find more awesome meals to cook for Lujin. The next day, Lujin gets interviewed by a show. Gu comes to witness it, but she realizes the room she has been cooking all those days was Lujin. She is shocked and runs away. Lujin notices her. While running, the poor Gu ends up falling in the pool. That same night, Lujin sends his order for the night, but in riddle. Gu, who now speaks his culinary language in a way, decipher it and is able to serve him the right meal to make him happy. At the last meal, Lujin isn't able to understand this culinary message, so now he wants to meet to cook to ask. He goes to the kitchen, but Gu, realizing it, runs away. He runs after her, but she is able to escape. Moments later, he finds Gu and believes she is following him again. Both start talking and Lujin is in disbelief. He puts 2 and 2 together and find out she is the cook. Days later, Lujin decides to go to the kitchen to have a serious talk with Gu. He asks her to make a cake for him. She does, and before getting his first bite at it, his father calls, mad at him for missing an important business trip in Europe. The next day, Lujin, like always, calls for his food. But this time, he is informed she hasn't shown up. So Lujin goes to her apartment. Gu had a big smile on her face, realizing he is here. But her apartment is messy, so she tries to fix it. Lujin knocks on her door and shows the ingredients for the meal he wants. Ji-yu immediately starts cooking it. After it, she brings the meal to him. The man eats it and falls asleep. Ji-yu then covers him. The next morning, Lujin wakes up and notices Ji-yu sleeping. Days go by and every night, Lujin comes to eat at her apartment and sleeps in her living room. He even allows for Ji-yu sits with him while eating, something he never does. The next day both spends great time hanging outside. 2 days later, Ji-yu worries as Lujin hasn't show up. So she goes to his house. Lujin's assistant informs her that Lujin's personal cook came back from vacation. He tells her that now that his personal cook is back, he doesn't need her. She then decides to confront him. She then gets mad noticing one of her meals being served to him by his personal cook. She leaves being heartbroken. Days go by and Ji-yu misses Lujin. She always looks outside hoping him to be there. The next day, the manager informs everyone in the kitchen that they are all fired. Lujin then shows up and takes Ji-yu aside. She is visibly angry. Lujin reveals that he has fired everyone because they are not operating how his other hotels usually do. Ji-yu then lashes out on him for having a personal cook. Later that day, as Lujin is ready to leave the hotel, he remembers all the great times he spent with Ji-yu. But it doesn't stop him and he relocated to England, while Ji-yu is hanging out with Zhao while being in tears. At the same time, Lujin asks his cook to sit to eat with him, but she refuses as it's not part of her job. It's so obvious now that Lujin misses Ji-yu. Later that night, his personal cook quit the job realizing he wants more than cooking with her. The next day, Lujin talks to his dad. The dad isn't happy with his son. He believes Lujin is too obsessed with food. Lujin is so hurt and leaves the breakfast with his dad. He immediately calls his flight to land in China instead. We are then shown Ji-yu walking her dog when her watch starts beeping. She then notices Lujin, but Ji-yu runs away in a cab. Lujin follows her. He tracks her watch but ends up being on her dog. So he asks the dog to bring him to her. The dog does and both starts arguing. Ji-yu screams she doesn't want to work for him, but Lujin replies he doesn't want to cook. He tells her he loves her, she does the same. They both go to a nearby apartment and enjoy the sunset. Lujin is then hungry so Ji-yu wants to cook him something, but he refuses and this time he cooks for her his famous noodle meal. The movie ends as the couple eat with a great view. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other movie summaries we have on our channel.